Hello to everyone. My name is NC Lightworker and welcome to the Black Off Grid YouTube channel. This video is part of the Real Talk video series where we are going to discuss issues as it relates to homesteading, prepping, and self-reliance before, during, and after a catastrophic event. I have a second YouTube channel under the name of NC Lightworker that will give you insight into my personal views and outlook regarding the future. I do not respond to questions, comments, or emails because as a lightworker, I am only here to present the information. The purpose of this video is to create an open forum for like-minded people. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to post your location in the intro video to this channel. Thank you for tuning in, and let's get started. This commentary was inspired by a conversation I had with someone that I met at a book sale. Now, as a lightworker, it is my duty to ring the alarm, so to speak. So when I'm out in public, I usually wear a t-shirt to get people's attention. I eventually struck up a conversation with a lady, and she told me that she is a homesteader and that her family recently purchased 10 acres of land within a gated community. Now, when someone mentions that they live in a gated community, you automatically think of million-dollar homes. But no, this was not the case at all. They live within a gated community of homesteaders. Now, I had no clue that something like this even existed. So now it's got me wondering, how would a gated community of homesteaders look and function? So before we get into the meat and bones of this commentary, I want to make sure we are clear about a few things. Now, number one, this is just hypothetically speaking. I am in no way in the process of developing a gated homestead community. However, this video could very well reach the right person that has the resources and the know-how to make it happen. Number two, dear black people, listen up. Now, we have the tendency to want to wait until someone else gets something popped off before we take action. No, 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 no. The purpose of the Black Off-Grid channel is to encourage you to start prepping now and to get your land ASAP. Last but not least, number three. There is absolutely no way in the world that I could ever spearhead building a community. And I'm going to share with you my wisdom as to why I say this at the end of the video. In order to plan a community, you have to have an understanding of what a community truly is. A community is essentially a group of people that share a collective mindset. Now think about the neighborhood that you live in. You chose to live there for a reason. There was something in particular about your neighborhood that drew you in, that gave you a sense of belonging. Now, everyone in the community has a designated role. For example, every neighborhood has that one guy that can get you anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be an alternator for a 1992 Buick Skylark, and somehow this guy is able to find it. And I know for a fact that every black neighborhood has a candy lady. So how would a gated homestead community function? So let's start with defining the collective mindset of the community. The collective mindset of a community of homesteaders will be that of self-reliance. Self-reliance is the act of taking full responsibility as it relates to food, water, shelter, self-defense, defense of property, medical, and hygiene. So with that being said, on this hypothetical homestead, it would not be the kind of setup to where you can buy land within the community simply because you have the money to do so. A major criteria for becoming part of the homestead will be based on your skill sets. What do you bring to the table as it relates to self-reliance? If someone goes into labor, does the community have a doula, midwife, or nurse? Does the community have people that are trained in CPR and know how to handle traumatic injuries? If someone is in need of guidance, does the community have an advisor or an elder? Does the community have an herbalist or master gardener? Do the people of the community have skill sets as it relates to building? Does the community have someone that is a survivalist and knows how to hunt and fish and are willing to share the knowledge with others? Now, a gate can only do so much. So does the community have a security committee of trained individuals that will be in charge of developing and implementing a security plan? Okay, so I want to take you guys on a walkthrough of an imaginary gated homestead community. Now, I cannot draw, so I did the best I could with the graphics, so just use your imagination on this one. Once you enter through the gate, there is a security house on the right-hand side, or what I like to call the community man cave. The main office is situated in the middle of a roundabout. Across the way is a large community center equipped with a space for community meetings and activities. It will also have a full-scale commercial kitchen so that the space can double as a banquet hall. The community center also has a gym, laundromat, and, of course, a library. Right next door is a store that will sell a little bit of everything, kind of like one of those old-timey general stores. We got plenty of parking for visitors. Right here is the playground for the kids. This area will also feature a basketball court, picnic areas, and an area for outdoor concerts. It will also have a designated area for teaching construction trades. This area is designated for a massive community garden. It will probably be at least 8 acres by itself. Now, these are not green pieces of popcorn. It's supposed to represent a tree line, which acts as a barrier between the common area and the residential area. The residential area is divided into half-acre parcels. Although there is a community garden, everyone will be encouraged to maintain their own vegetable gardens, raise chickens, and other small-scale animals. Now, I definitely want to get your input about the concept of a gated homestead community. Do you think something like this could work? Did you like the imaginary homestead layout, or is there something that you would change or add to it? Now, as usual, I do not respond to questions or comments. However, I will be reading them. I am really curious about what you guys out there in YouTube land have to say about this one. Okay, so we just finished daydreaming about a gated homestead community. Now it's time to keep it real. Now, one truism in life is that there is a hierarchy to everything, and this concept is not just limited to a community. If you live in a traditional neighborhood, the president of your homeowners association would be at the top of the hierarchy. However, if you live in the hood, the person at the top of the hierarchy is usually that one gang member or drug dealer that nobody messes with. Come on, y'all. Don't act like you don't remember Omar from The Wire. So with that being said, there has to be some type of law and order. Someone, along with a committee, will have to be in charge of maintaining order within the community by creating bylaws that everyone is to adhere to. The reason why there's absolutely no way I could ever spearhead a community is because I am a chick, a woman, a female, a lady, and it is not my place to do so. So when you're talking about building a community, you are essentially talking about having the ability to lead men. There is absolutely no way in a million years a group of men are going to accept a woman as their leader. For those of you out there that don't agree, I want you to do me a favor. Name one woman in American history that single-handedly led a group of people that included men. Now, I'm not talking about Big Wanda that is a manager at a factory and her entire crew are men. No, the only reason why they listen to her is because they're being paid to do so. Politicians don't count either because their decisions and actions are not made independently. Feel free to pause this video if you need more time to think. So let me share some wisdom with you. Harriet Tubman was the only woman in this country that I could think of that was able to single-handedly lead a group of people, and she did so on several occasions. Harriet Tubman was a very wise woman because she knew that there would be resistance. Harriet Tubman would not have been able to do what she did if it wasn't for the fact that she carried a gun on her at all times. Needless to say, as for me, it is not that serious. I can only light the pathway. I cannot force anyone to walk it. Anytime you want to know how something is supposed to function, all you have to do is look to your ancestors. Now, traditionally, women did not assume leadership roles. However, great civilizations were heavily influenced by women. Behind every great man is a great woman. A wise king will always seek the counsel of his queen. Luckily for me, all I have to do is travel to South Carolina to see a real-life example of a community that is rooted in the ways of our ancestors. And yes, they do have a crowned king. The Homestead Research Guide, What You Need to Know Before Buying Land, is now available. The price of the book includes everything: taxes, shipping, the whole shebang, and the proceeds will help me to continue to make more videos for the Black Off Grid channel. Thank you in advance for your support.